Okay, welcome back everybody. So in the last tutorial, we did our first push to an iOS device. So now I'm going to cover a couple more things in the app, but then after I cover these, you should be able to program even more and carry your app further. So one thing I want to show you, it might be really helpful to programmatically, if you hit one of these buttons, we might want to take the user to a website. And it's pretty easy to do in Unity. So first thing we want to do is maybe we'll have it where if you hit this join the experience button down here on the bottom, maybe we want that to take the user to an already established website. Now we could design our own page, but why do that when there's probably already a website that can show this information for us, and this can take the user there. So if you ever want to direct your user to an outside website, this is what you do. So the first thing we want to do, if you're unsure of the code, it's really just one line of code, but I can show you it's here. It's called Application.openurl, and this is what you use. So when you call this piece of code, for example, in this example on Unity's website, it will take you to unity3d.com, right? But we're going to want to take them somewhere else. So first of all, let's do this. We're going to go back to our Unity project. We're going to look at the canvas, and we've got some, we've already got a script, but just to show you that you can add more than one script, let's do this. Actually, let's put in our button logic script since we already created that script earlier, and I think we attached that to our canvas. Where do we attach our main panel? I actually think we took that button logic off because this was from a previous tutorial. So what we can do is we can reuse this button logic script. And we can attach it to the canvas. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to grab the button logic and I'm going to drag it over here. So I've got the canvas highlighted. I'm going to drag this over here and put it till you see that little kind of blue, and then you can put it there. And now let's open up our button logic script. You could put this in any script that's active, but it makes sense to put any logic that when, if we're hitting any buttons, to kind of keep that in, one script. It's really good for housekeeping, so you don't get lost in your code. I like, this is just a personal preference of mine. I like to have one script that handles all my button logic within the app or within a game, especially like main menu stuff. Okay, so I've got this open here, and let's look here. I'm not really using any of this. So this is from an earlier, the earlier Hello World tutorial we did. So I'm gonna go ahead and erase everything here in the start. We don't need that anymore. I'm going to erase this button press function. I'm gonna erase this change image function. We don't really need it. And then we can go ahead and change this stuff too. So let's start right under update. Let's create a function for if we hit that button, right? If we hit the TEDx button, that'll take us to the TEDx. So let's do a public void, and we're going to call this go to TEDx. And then don't forget about your parentheses, open and close. We're going to enter, we're going to open bracket, close bracket. And if we go to TEDx, remember we got this piece of code from Unity's website. So I'm just going to go ahead and copy this code. We're going to copy that. We're going to go back to our Unity project. Go back to Visual Studio. We're going to paste that right there. Now that'll work as is. If I leave this in here, it will take me, but I really want it to go to a UGA TEDx. So let's go try to Google UGA TEDx. And So you can see some of our images are from that website, right? So let's go ahead and we're going to copy this URL and we're going to add this into our right here. Now, when pasting this, this is a bit of string data, right? So in the past, you may not have noticed it, but you have to put this in quotations. If you don't use the quotations, it's not going to compile and it's not going to work. So make sure that your URL is in between these two quotation marks, okay? And that's all we have to do to get it to go to TEDx. So let's go ahead and let's go up to File. We're going to save all and go back to Unity. Make sure that's compiling down here on the right. Okay, looks like it compiled. Now, but we can't forget to hook up our button. So let's go to the, I've got that button highlighted, make sure it's highlighted in the hierarchy here. Then go over to the right, and right here on the on-click portion of your button script, you're gonna hit the plus sign, and we're gonna drag over the canvas object here because the piece of code we need is attached to canvas. And we want to go down, we attached button logic, and we have the go to TEDx. That's all we need. So let's test it out. Let's go ahead and hit play. And once I hit this button, it should take us to, there you go. So it works in editor, it works right here. Now we can test it on our device as well. So let's go ahead and let's do that. Let's test that on our device since we made a pretty new change here. So we're going to go to File. We're going to go ahead and save project. I'm going to save my scenes, and then I'm going to go to Build Settings, and everything should be set from last time. So we're going to hit Build. And we're going to leave that, and we're going to hit Save, Replace. And let's let that build, and then we will we can test it on device and make sure it works. All right, let's go back. We're going to open up that folder, the UGA app dated folder there, and then we're going to open up this, just like we did last time, this Xcode project. While it's doing that, I'm going to plug back in my iPad. Quit out of iTunes. I don't need that right now. Everything should still be set up from the last time. We got to make sure that we add our team. Make sure we check the iPad that we plugged in right there. And yeah, we should be good to go. Let's build it. Okay, it's installing now. Now it should be running the app. There we go. Got the splash screen. All right, let's see if it works. Let's see. Let's close. So let's go back here and try it again. There we go. And so it went to the website. It's mobile. Yeah, and the cool thing is our app is still running. So if we hit this button here, that takes us back. So that's all built into the operating system. If you would have been on Android and hit the back button, it would still take you back to the app, and we can always go back just like that. So cool. So now you know how to code in going to an external website from your app, and that same code will work on Android and iOS. All right, that was a very short tutorial today, guys. In the next tutorial, we will I'll show you how to go to a different panel. We'll have one of these go to another panel with an image, and then after that, you should have everything you need to know to continue adding in more functionality to your app. Of course, we can always go deeper, but for now, I think that's a good start. and then we'll try to turn this into an Android project. All right. See me in the next video, and thanks for joining me again, and I'll see you later. All right. Thanks. Bye.